Okay, perfect. What was I talking about? Caleb, are you going to be the presiding officer of today?
Yes, I will be the presiding officer.
You're going to introduce Jennison, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, all right then. Do you have his introduction?
I think Kennison is going to send it to me whenever he gets.
So contestants, please rename yourself with your contestant number. Let me drop the contestant list. Here you go.
How can we change our name? I don't know how to do it.
Ah, I can help. You're stiff.
I have Mac. I don't see any options here to change my name.
Number 6. That's a word of tough job, judges today. Tough job, tough job. 11. I thought it would be 12. Easy job.
All right, thank you, Susana.
Okay, contestants, please rename yourself. And are we waiting for anyone, Caleb?
Let me go into gallery view. I think we're just waiting for Claire and maybe a few more contestants. But if you want, we can start the meeting and we would have Michelle, you can start the meeting.
Well, you can start the meeting, but without the MC, we're not going to kickstart, right? MC is here.
Nikita?
Nikita
Okay,
is here.
perfect.
Hello.
And Nikita, do you have any questions regarding the script tonight?
No, I think I'm good.
Right, perfect. And thanks again for being our contest MC.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for letting me.
Lovely.
Okay, welcome, lovely viewers, watchers, hosts, etc. And welcome to the Table Topics competition meeting. I will first introduce the presiding officer, which is Caleb.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well and ready for another exciting meeting at the Future Leaders Gavel Club. My name is Caleb Van Brunt, and it is an honor to be your club president, and I would like to officially call this meeting to order. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all our guests, and we sincerely hope you will enjoy and learn from this experience. The Future Leaders Gavel Club is a Toastmasters club open to middle school and high school students, in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Our typical meetings have 3 parts: a prepared speech section, a table topics or impromptu speaking section, and an evaluation section. Today's meeting, however, is our joint table topics contest with the SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual Toastmasters Club, and it is going to be lots of fun. Before we get into the meeting, I want to take a moment and thank the members of the SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual, as well as President Susanna, for taking time out of your busy schedules to make tonight's joint meeting a possibility. To all our participants tonight, remember that the goal of contest is not to win, but also to simply just have a great experience and to learn. And to help us do that, I'm excited to announce that we will be having Mr. Jennison Wibawa as our table topics evaluator. He will give an individual evaluation of each table topic speaker while the judges are in the breakout rooms discussing the contest results. So now I would like to hand control of our meeting to our contest chair, Nikita, who will be explaining the contest procedure and begin the contest. Nikita, the floor is yours.
Thank you, President Caleb. My name is Nikita, and I am honored to be your contest chair for the Table Topics contest. Before we get started with the contest, I want to explain the contest procedure. When the contest begins, all the contestants except the first contestant will be put in a breakout room to wait their turn to compete. The Table Topics question will be presented to the contestant in the format: contestant name, Table Topics question, contestant name. After which, you can begin to speak. The timer will start counting time as soon as you make a visible gesture or begin to speak. Table Topics responses must be between 1 minute and 2 minutes in length. Contestants who answer in less than 1 minute or over 2 minutes and 30 seconds will be disqualified. Our timer, Angelina, will raise her virtual hand to remain at the top of the screen. The green virtual background will appear at 1 minute, the yellow background at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and the red background at 2 minutes. When you see the red background, note that you only have 30 seconds to complete your response without being disqualified. After the table topics response, there will be 1 minute of silence for the judges to write down their remarks. During this time, our next contestant will enter the meeting. We ask that all our audience members remain muted throughout the contest, and we will close the chat until all the participants will have finished participating. Can we please put all the participants into breakout rooms except for our first contestant, Michael?
Sure, if you can give me a minute. Are there any questions from the contestants? I don't have all the contestants here. Let me. Claire, you're a contestant, right? Could you rename yourself with your contestant number 3? I have 8 contestants here. Okay, 9, 10. So somebody is missing, is that right? Okay, and we don't have SAA. I will just pull you out. Let me put 30 minutes in the breakout. Okay, if no questions, I'm going to put all the other contestants except contestant number 1 in the breakout room. And stay there. Please make sure you don't have 2 devices. Stay there and wait for me to call you back in the main room. I will call you guys back during the 1 minute of silence. Okay. Let's see if we have any other contestants here. So Michael is here, Rachel is in, Claire is still here. Claire, you have to join the breakout room. Jenna, I don't see Jenna. Jenna, you're Jenna, where's Jenna? Jenna is not here, is that right? Angelina, can you help me check? Jenna is not here, right? Okay, Claire, you have another device. Okay, who is, okay, parent 1, okay, I see. All right, so we do not have contestant number 5, is that correct? I guess nobody can answer me because most of them are in the breakout rooms. And I assume we don't have contestant number 5 then. Okay. So if that's the case, let me repeat the contestants. Contestant number 1, Michael is here in the main room. Contestant number 2, Rachel in the breakout room. Contestant number 3, Claire. She's not here. Okay, contestant number 3, Claire is in the breakout room. Number 4 is Bella. Number 5 is absent. Number 6 is Stefan. I believe number 6 is in the breakout room. Caleb is in the breakout room. And 8 is Michelle. 9 is Ethan. 10 is William. 11 is Alex. Yep, there you go. All right, we are ready, my friend.
Okay, now let's get started with the contest. I will now call on our first contestant, Michael. Michael, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Nikita, I guess Caleb has not told you that you're supposed to prepare for the contest question. Ah,
It'll be provided by one of the judges in private chat.
one of the judges in private chat? Why? Who? No
Doc-
me? Okay, no problem at all. Now, Nikita, we will ask exactly the same question for each and every of the contestants.
Oh, okay.
And so you are the MC, you're supposed to prepare a question. So why don't you just randomly come up with a question? I'm going to pause here for 10 to 15 seconds. And when you're ready, you just let me know. Michael, can you see the timer? Michael, you're on mute. Can you see the timer?
So I just think of any question.
Yes, any.
Okay.
You can see the timer, right, Michael?
Angelina,
okay.
yep, I see her.
Sounds good. So Nikita, you're going with the question, contestant name, and repeat the question. And Angelina, make sure you start the timer when you see or see the first non-verbal cue and then the first verbal cue. Angelina, is that okay? Yeah, cool. All right. So Nikita, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Michael, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Michael.
Thank you, contest chair. I think of all the skills that I would wish to have or develop, mine would be the ability to read minds. Now, when most people are asked this question, their answer is usually that they do not want this type of knowledge. But I would argue that I would. And the reason for that is because I want to anticipate what people's expectations are, what their interests are, what their goals, what their ambitions are. And by having that knowledge, I can become a chameleon. And what does a chameleon do? They change their stripes, they shapeshift, and they adapt to the environment that is around them. And having that type of knowledge and having that type of adaptability would allow me to improve my abilities to persuade people, to get what I want, and to ultimately achieve whatever goals that I may have. And I assure you that all of those goals are legal and would not harm other people. So, again, if I had the ability or had a special ability, and I could harness this for my own benefit, it would definitely be the ability to read people's minds and to get insights into their goals, their desires, their perspectives. As they say, knowledge is power. And if you can take that power and harness it in a way that allows you to transform and adapt to the environment, then the sky is the limit. All right, back to you, contest chair.
Thank you, Michael, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks. The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Rachel, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yes.
Rachel, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Rachel.
If I could instantly become an expert at any skill, it would be to convince other people to do what is right. So many people in this world are misguided in some way or other, and some people actually don't know that what they're doing is wrong, and they might not believe others if they tell them that what they're doing is wrong. And sometimes people who are unknowingly or knowingly doing the wrong thing, well, sometimes they need a little convincing that they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And I look around me and I see so many people doing things that, well, they probably shouldn't, and I'd like to do something about it, but I don't really have much impact on these situations. If I could, however, I would become an expert at convincing people that they should be doing what is right. And if I could make that kind of impact, well, I think it would be very good for this world, and we wouldn't have a lot of the problems that we do. And I would also want to help people learn from their mistakes, not just convince them not to do it. And many people wish they could be an expert on many other things like sports or even a subject, but I would want to be an expert at convincing people to do what's right. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks. The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Claire, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Claire, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Claire.
In today's world, everyone is trying to become good at something. Whether it's your personal goal of trying to become the best tennis player on your school team or becoming an awesome flautist. These are my personal goals. To be honest, everyone is always trying to strive for something they want to personally develop. And for me, if I were to become an expert in any sort of skill, I would choose something a little deeper, something that I could apply to various areas of my life. That would be emotional intelligence. To become an expert in emotional intelligence means to have a very keen understanding of relationships and especially communication. Misunderstandings often occur, maybe between a small friend group, between teachers, the school system, or even between strangers. Emotional intelligence is a skill that is so crucial to hone, and in my personal opinion, in order to achieve emotional intelligence, I have to start by building upon my baseline level of communication. And once I've developed those skills, I can furthermore, enhance my ability to be able to interact with others. Whether that is, again, in school or any other area of my life, having emotional intelligence is what makes me stay strong and be able to understand, emphasize, and be able to connect with others on a much deeper level, which is the foundation of being able to excel in any future skill you'd like. So to summarize, I would love to develop my emotional intelligence skills, become a little bit of an expert, because that is, in my opinion, how I believe I can step up to the next level and enhance my relationships and communication. Thank you, and back to you, Nikita.
Thank you, Claire, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks. The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Vila, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Vila, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Vila.
If I would be an expert, I hope I would be someone who can help who needs most. That's what I found in the recent 3 years. In recent years, I have become a deep nature lover. I like to observe nature and how lovely the nature is. I can get a lot of inspirations from nature. Such as when I see magpies, which is a black and a white bird, they start building their nest in December around Christmas, 3 months in advance for preparation for raising their kids or chicks in March. I am amazed at them. I'm so amazed at them because they are so proactive. I reflect on myself. Have I ever seriously started preparation
3 months in advance. Not really. And then nature has so many guidance that can lead us. I hope I can be an expertise that can introduce the secrets of nature to all the people. And to acquire that skills, we need a lot of practice. Take procrastination, for example, I think. Although if we continue practice, all these little procrastinations, last minute practice can make into a meaningful practice. So that's what I hope I can be. Back to the chair.
Thank you, Vila, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks.
Hello.
Stefan, is 1 minute of silence.
The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Janya, is Janya not here?
No, we are moving on to contestant number 6.
Oh, okay, I see. My bad. Stephen?
You can call me Stefan.
Stefan, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yeah, I can see you. I can hear you as well.
Stefan, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Stefan.
That's a very interesting question. I never thought before, but if I can gain a skill that I really want to gain a skill that I can solve any problems in the world, I feel like that's very important skill, like problem solving especially. Like for me, for example, the global warming or like the thing they were facing every day in the society, I think that's a very important issue in the world. And I want to make the society better and better. So I really want to solve those big issues. And yeah, so I think that would be the skill that I really want to gain. If I had this superpower, I think it's very cool to solve any issues. And because I think sometimes it's very hard for some issue to be solved. And especially now, even though we have so many technologies and advancement in AI, but some issues still exist in society. So I believe have this power, have this superpower you can do anything, and that'll be really to contribute to the society. I think that's very important. Also to leverage all the skills that you have, like those critical skills, especially we're talking about artificial intelligence right now. People feel like the technology can solve everything, but it's not true. You still need a human behind that, because we human actually control the technology and AI especially. For example, we need to be more innovative and like a critical thinking and all those things, because AI can actually provide so many solutions, and you have to choose the solution, the right solution and at the right moment. So having this superpower to solve those issues. And I think that'll be the thing that I really want to have. Thank you. Back to you, Supermaster.
Thank you, Stefan, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks. The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Caleb, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
I can see you and hear you.
Caleb, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Caleb.
If I were to become an expert in one skill, I would choose to become an expert in learning. Many of us may not think of learning as something that we really can be an expert at. But by being an expert in learning, we can unleash our possibilities and become experts in many, many more different fields than if we chose one specific field to be an expert in. Learning unlocks the pathways and the strategies to gain new information. But how can we become an expert in learning? First, I would suggest that we must analyze ourselves to see how good of a learner we are. If we analyze ourselves and find out that we really don't learn well, we need to find a way in order to boost our learning skills. Maybe it means developing better habits. Maybe it means to make some changes in your life or your routine in order to become a better learner. But maybe you are already a good learner, but there's something missing. You don't challenge yourself. You have a great study strategy, you know how to learn well, but in reality, you're not learning. And the problem is you need to challenge yourself. Therefore, by mastering the art of learning and challenging yourself to learn and to learn any skill that you wish to succeed in, I believe that learning is the best skill and the skill that I would wish to master. Thank you, and back to you, Table Topics Contest Chair.
Thank you, Caleb, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks. The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Michelle, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yes, I can.
Michelle, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Michelle.
Imagine this. You're on a peaceful stroll in the beautiful autumn air, and then suddenly a magical being comes towards you, asks you if you could be an expert in anything, what would it be? Well, for my answer in that, it's for the ability to know math. Now, the reason is math basically builds on everything, correct? Math is with science. Science could be medical. It could, sorry, it could be medical. It could be for clubs, etc., etc. If you want to be a teacher, you're gonna have to know math first, correct? Now, not only does math, it's the base of knowledge that you all should know, but I'm also really bad at it. I don't even know how I made it to advanced math classes, but here I am. Well, yeah, that's basically all. This is not very professional, but that's all.
Thank you, Michelle, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks.
Say something right now.
Ethan is 1 minute of silence.
Well, William asked me to tell you that the time in the breakout room is almost done, so he's saying it might be worth it to renew the breakout room, so the remaining
It's fine. I don't need to close it. That's fine. They will just stay there. Don't worry. Thank you, Ethan.
The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Ethan, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yep, to both of them.
Ethan, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why, Ethan?
Has ever been listening to something like a presidential debate or a politician talking about something, and you're wondering, what the heck are they talking about? I can't understand a single word they're saying. I don't know if this guy is talking out of his rear end or if he's actually got a respectable brain cell count and is saying something that's pretty smart. Or even if you're trying to solve a math problem and you've been stuck on it for the last 30 seconds and you're like, man, I wish I could just, instantly know how to solve something or know how something works. If I could instantly gain any skill, that would be the skill I would want to gain. The ability to instantly learn how almost anything works, no matter how complex it is, and no matter what field of human intelligence that it comes from. Regardless of whether it is in understanding a complicated mathematical concept, how some complicated contraption works, or something from business or politics or economics. Because these days, I just think that there's so much to know and so many things that might be too hard for many people to understand easily, but that still affect their lives. Like, consider how many issues affect the average American, the economy, foreign relations, etc., etc. And then think about how much the average person knows about them. I bet not super much, not as much as like a politician who has had decades of education, years, possibly almost a decade of education on these matters. And yet these issues still affect the general population, even if they don't understand it very well. Or in my case, something like a complicated physics concept or other scientific concept, because I like science. As we all know, that is my favorite subject. And so I just think that the ability to be able to instantly understand anything would not only be super cool and help save a lot of frustration in the long run, but it would also be very helpful to even the general population who may not have as scientific educational aspirations like I do, because being able to know how various issues work exactly and impact them is, I believe, extremely essential in the modern world. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judges to complete their remarks. The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. William, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yes, can everyone hear me?
Yes. William, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? William.
Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Future leaders, SoCal bilingual Toastmasters, tonight I present to you my desired skill to be able to look on the bright side of things, to always be optimistic. I want to start by telling you all a story. It was the winter of 2019, and I had just been selected to perform in LA's Opera's production of The Magic Flute. However, we'd have to go through multiple rounds of auditions and selections. I gave it all that I could. I sang to the fullest, but in the end, I was not selected to be a principal artist. I would be the understudy covering for the third Knaben. I could only watch as my counterparts went up to the stage, received roaring applause, and came off with much pomp and circumstance. But I realized that life sometimes throws a wrench in your plans, and you can't always have what you want. So I decided to try new things. I'm not a good dancer, but I danced in the school musicals. I'm not a fluent polyglot, but I converse with my friends in Mandarin, Spanish, German, and Arabic. I'm not an adept communicator, but I joined Youth Toastmasters Club. And when it comes to trying new things and looking on the bright side of everything that life throws at you, future leaders, it is important to remember that you yourself decide whether life is a glass of water half full or half empty. So, future leaders, I challenge you to go out there, accept failure, embrace success, and learn that we all have to go through these peaks and valleys of life. And go out of your comfort zone, talk to new people, try new things. All of these will help you to become the change that you want to see in the world. Table topics, contest chair.
Thank you, William, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judge to complete their remarks. The 1 minute of silence has passed. We will now have our next contestant. Alex, can you hear me and see me? Please respond so we can check your microphone and ensure we can see you and hear you.
Yes, I can see you and hear you.
Alex, if you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? If you could instantly become an expert in any skill, what would it be and why? Alex.
If I could become an expert at any skill, what would it be? The number one skill I see myself struggling with is public speaking. I always seem to buckle under pressure and fail all the time because I just find myself losing my confidence with my speaking. I've been into so many situations where public speaking can be vital to helping you succeed, yet I still haven't gotten those skills. Public speaking takes a long time to master. No matter what clubs you do or how many times you do it, it's always going to take a long time to master it. And that goes with any skill. But I think public speaking is special because public speaking, for some people, you have to tackle something that is much harder than anything else. For me, I've always had a big issue of stage fright, whether it be an orchestra performance or just a quick talk to a teacher in front of the class. I always see myself shaking, my heart racing, and I fail. But if I could master public speaking, I would be able to feel confidence in myself, and I would understand how I act and how I work, and I understand my body and my mind and all my thoughts. And with this gathered knowledge, I can become better. I won't buckle under the pressure, and I think I will not fail. Public speaking also is very crucial to when you're talking to your teachers or your family. You want to understand them, and being able to share your thoughts is super important to helping them understand you and you helping understand them. And with all of these skills, you can become a better person. And because of that, I think out of all the skills I would love to master, public speaking would be my number one.
Thank you, Alex, for your response. We will now have 1 minute for the judge to complete their remarks.
our judges and also timer, please join the breakout room. And Jonathan, when they have joined the breakout room, you can feel free to start your evaluation.
Roger.
All right. And we are waiting for one more. Team, if you could so kind to join, please join the breakout room. All right, there you go. So stage is yours, Jonathan.
I'll need some time to prepare my evaluation. 1 minute,
Sure.
please.
Sure. Or I will go to the breakout room. So Caleb and Nikita, please take care of the main room. And Caleb, I'll assign you as a co-host in case you need anything. And William as well. All right. Thank you.
The 1 minute of silence has passed. Thank you everyone for participating in the contest. The judges and timer will go to a breakout room to determine the winners. In the meantime, I would like to hand control to our president, Caleb.
Thank you, Nikita. Let's take a moment to thank Nikita for her first time as contest chair because she really did an incredible job. It was very professional, and we really, really enjoyed having you as contest chair. So thank you so much. All right, now I would like to introduce our table topics evaluator, Mr. Jennison Wibawa. Mr. Wibawa is a certified trainer and coach of communication, especially in the niche of charisma. This year, he has a goal to help 1,000 clients in Toastmasters because he's proven that charisma can help sell your ideas, lead your team, and even negotiate your promotion without being seen as pushy. And I'm sure that he will bring this charisma to our table topics evaluations. If you are ready, please help me welcome Mr. Jennison Wibawa.
Let me know if you can see my video.
Currently, it seems like your camera is off.
How about now? How about now? Okay.
Unfortunately, it still seems, I just see a C profile photo.
Yep. Okay. Wait, it's off. It's off. Okay, it's on now. I'm trying a new thing here with OBS. So please warn me if something goes horribly wrong. Right. Future Leaders Gavel Club. I think, well, it's my first time seeing you guys in maybe almost a year. And I've seen you guys improve a lot. And I see this, and I say this from the bottom of my heart. I can see that you guys had the motivation. You guys took the steps from last time to go to where you are today. And I know you will take even further steps to go where you want to be. And of course, today I'm here to provide you some feedback on how we can improve our table topics primarily. Thank you for inviting me and trusting me as your table topic evaluator today. Now, let's go to the first speaker, Michael. What you did well is that you mentioned that other people wouldn't want this. You have an answer, and then you mentioned other people wouldn't want this. I want to be able to read minds, but other people may not want this. This makes you seem like a contrarian, which we like some contrarians with a good dose of reason. Now, you summarize your speech also wholly, like from the start to the end. You summarized it well, your points. If what I observe is that you have many sprinkling of jokes, humor, light banter throughout your table topics. There are many of the payoffs, but not many of the buildup. For example, when you mention a somewhat dirty joke, not a dirty joke, like a dirty alluding joke, you could have built up more. Like I'm sure you're thinking about that. You can say something along the lines of, I'm sure thinking about that, right? No, yeah. Build up and the payoff will be even more immaculate. Now let's move on to speaker number 2, Rachel. Rachel convinced people to do what is right. Now, to be honest, when I heard you mention convince people, start your sentence with convince people, I thought you were going to say something selfish, like convince people when I tell them to buy my products, or convince people when I tell them to be my boyfriend or whatever. But you took the right turn. We're saying convince people to do what is right. And that is impeccable. It gives an impression of warmth to you as a person. You are altruistic and optimistic throughout your speech. Altruistic and optimistic throughout. It's not just that you are altruistic and optimistic, it's that you maintain your stance throughout your table topic, and it makes you look like sincere. You really mean your answer. You're not just winging it for the 2 minutes you are on stage. Now, please be mindful to give more concrete examples. Concrete examples is, okay, how does this apply to us? Can you give like a concrete examples, maybe an event that happened in the world or an event that happened in your life or your friends' lives? And someone that exemplifies well is Claire. Claire has a lot of good concrete examples from being the best tennis player, right? From the start of her speech, she mentioned, do you want to be the best tennis player? We are all striving for something. This brings a level of personality to her speech, and because she gives a personal example to the audience can immediately think, yeah, this is what she's talking about. And you had 30 seconds to your answer. What I mean by this is there are usually two ways to answer a table topic. Either answer it immediately or give somewhat of a build-up. And usually 30 seconds is the ideal build-up time before you answer. You bring up some tension, bring up some, what is she going to say? If you do more than 30 seconds, it will be too long. It will feel too long-winded. And you did amazing with like 30 seconds to answering your question of, I want to be able to learn a skill. I see that you are also very confident, like a candidate. You are speaking like a leader, like you want to be voted into office. And that people can see that, and people can see you as, oh, she really knows what she's talking about. That gives you really good credit. Please be mindful of saying, develop my. You mentioned it 3 times in your speech nearing the end. I was concerned that it might detract from your message if you keep saying self-centric things nearing the end of your speech. Please be mindful. You can change this to, we can develop our blah, 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 instead of my. This will instantly make your speech more warm. It's more outreach. It's like you are trying to reach your audience instead of leading the audience. There are 2 ways to go about it. There are always one better way. Now, Vela, you started and transitioned amazingly to your story of the magpie. I still remember. It's the magpie, right? I think I remembered it correctly at the start. And you have a seemingly unrelated story about the magpie, but then you connected it really beautifully with your initial point of peace and nature at the start. This is amazing. I thought, wow, this speech is good. You did actually incredible in these table topics. And at the end, I was worried that you mentioned procrastination. Like after that amazing ending, you mentioned procrastination nowadays, blah, blah, blah. It's as if if I was watching Avengers Endgame, like after Thanos was beaten, everyone in peace comes to the stage, and then after the credits end, like Thanos is shown to be not dead. Like it doesn't leave a good feeling that you open another topic after every loop has been closed. You went back to the peace, you went back to the nature. The movie is great. Just leave it at there. No need to open another topic. Now, Stephen, contribute to society is a simply lovely message, Stephen. I think you did great that you are able to convey that message really eloquently and beautifully. And you look composed throughout the speech. I think from all the contestants today, you are the one that looks most composed. Like the way you talk usually doesn't change just because you are put on the spot. And that is a big strength of a speaker. When their persona on the stage is the same as the persona off stage. That gives a feeling of authenticity. Please be mindful of your ideas being too scattered. At the start, there's a beautiful message about society. Then there is a point about AI, critical thinking. There are many others that I cannot fit into this. Please be mindful that it might detract the audience from your already beautiful message. So be okay with only saying one or two things. That's my message for you, Stephen. And Caleb, you look serious. When I see you, it looks like you want to win. You were giving it your all. You are standing up. You are on a good attire. And you look really prepared. That's already bonus points when people see you serious. Okay? How can we become? You mentioned, how can we become, I think your answer was learning, right? Learning. And then you answered it beautifully in the span of 2 minutes. Your structure is very surgical, Caleb. I can see that you've practiced a lot of table topics and it's bringing fruit. Now, you answered the question of why should we deliberate practice? Why should we keep training ourselves? Why should we keep trying to improve? But how? Okay. This is not something that everyone thinks. This is not something that the masses think about on a daily basis. I do, but I know that many people don't. So please give us some pointers, 1 or 2 pointers, even a humorous pointer like, if you don't know how, you can talk to me. That's good enough to give a how, if you cannot give a concrete answer. Next is Michelle. You started with, imagine this. You're the only speaker that did that in this contest. And I think that's one of the best ways to start a table topic, because you get people to imagine their own feelings, their own scenery. Well done. And you had a good humor with, I'm really bad at it. Now, I know that you went with the first thing that come up in your head because you answered really quick. And that's a big bonus point for me. I really like it when people don't doubt themselves and just go with the first thing that pops in your head. Please keep in mind that I observed that you were visibly unconvinced by your own question nearly like 1 minute into your speech. Okay? There are many ways to go about this. We can practice more, or one way is to just practice that seeing your idea through the end. Like, don't let yourself think that your argument is bad before you say your conclusion. Okay? Please, your point is great, Michelle. Your point is interesting for me, even though I've seen 6 different answers beforehand. Your point is still interesting. Please be more convinced in your own idea. Next, Ethan. You mentioned a recent event, which is very relatable for all of us. Now, you are obviously very excited about the thing you are sharing to us. And you are very interested about the subject you are sharing, which is to know the root of all things, right? And this brings charisma. When you are interested, when you look like you know what you're doing, when you want to share this interest with everyone else, it gives a really hard to describe feeling of leadership, executive presence that makes people want to follow your lead. Amazing. And this is also beneficial for table topics, right? Because when people see you as a leader-like, they give good points. To avoid looking ranty, because you're giving some opinionated answers, to avoid looking ranty, please relate to the audience or ask the audience how they feel. Okay, so for example, if I keep ranting about how this doll is not to my liking, you might, if I keep going for 2 minutes, you might think that I'm crazy. But if I start asking you, what do you think? Then the audience starts, okay, I actually get this guy. Or it builds a connection to the audience, and it looks like you are not just ranting to something. Now, William, sorry, I forgot to take the screenshot while you were speaking. Now, you started with a quote, Winston Churchill, blah, 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 and you started it immediately and powerfully. Amazing. That's a really great technique of opening a table topic. Tonight, I present to you, this is what stands out the most for me in your table topic. Your answer to this table topic is not just, okay, I think my answer to this question is this. Your answer is, ladies and gentlemen, my answer is, tonight I present to you my answer to this problem. It's a more involving. It's like you are very confident that people want to know your opinion. That's the mark of a leader, of a CEO, when you know that your opinion matters. Susanna is back. I will wrap it up soon. Now, you had a great story to challenge. You had a great story, and you mentioned a challenge at the end. Please be mindful that at the end of your speech, don't forget to connect the challenge with either your story or your opening. Because right now, yes, your structure is good, like 1, 2, 3. But the great or the best table topics, usually 1, 2, 3, but the 3 is linked to the 2 or the 1, or best, both. Just like Vela's speech just now. You can watch the recording of Vela's speech. I assure you it's great. Now, and finally, Alex, your voice has something in it. The way you speak naturally carries emotion. I don't know how to describe it. Emotion and sincerity. And I think you leverage your strength, your natural strength well, with a connected topic. Because you chose a topic that connects with all of us, that we all had struggled with or are still struggling with. Public speaking. And yes, you used your strength and you choose a topic that connects all of us. Amazing. Don't forget to carry your message to the audience. You've got the audience on your side. You've connected with the audience. Now the audience wants to know what they can learn from you. Use this opportunity to carry your message. What is it that you want the audience to know? Is it that we should fight the fear of public speaking in us, or we should teach our kids from early to erase the fear of public speaking? Or what is it? What message do you want to say to the world? This is your chance to do it. Don't be afraid to say that message. Now, that's all the contestants. Now, let me ask you, contestants. For you, what is the highlight of your speech? I think all of you did really well. And I believe, and I'm convinced that even a year from now, you will be even better from today, just like Caleb's speech. Thank you. And the conclusion is amazing quality of speakers led by incredible coaches and creates an amazing environment for everyone involved. Future Leaders Gavel Club, it's been Jennison, it's been a pleasure to evaluate you guys.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wabawa, for that incredible evaluation that you just gave us. And you included photos and you had the bullet points. It was amazing. So thank you so much for sharing your incredible insights with members of our club and of the SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual Toastmasters. From now, I would like to hand it over to President Susanna of the SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual Toastmasters to announce the contest results.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have we given everybody a big round of applause yet? Yeah, amazing job. It's not easy, especially our members of SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual Toastmasters Club. I know it's been a lot of pressure being a contestant. With such an amazing Gavel Club. We've been training this club for a few years already, and I guess their performance has shown to you all that we've done a great job. We are very happy to help out, and I know that the club meeting is the official club meeting is going to be next Wednesday. Is that correct, Caleb? Yep. And then the winner of the upcoming club contest is going to represent Future Leaders Gavel Club in the national round. Is my understanding correct? Yep. All right. So I hope that this joint contest has given everybody a great practice. Yeah, before everybody say goodbye, after I have announced the result, why don't we just take a lovely group picture? Anyone can help out, or I can do that. That's okay too. And if you can switch on your video, go ahead and do that and give us a winning smile or winning face or winning gesture, whatever you want. Definitely not yawning, Michael. Everybody, if you're ready. Let's look at the camera and 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay, let me take a look. And maybe one more with your winning gesture or winning smile, winning face. All right, 1, 2, 3, winning. Okay. All right, thank you, thank you. Now it's time to announce the results. And okay, thank you, Jennison, for all your help. And thank you, our judges and our audience, and of course, our contestants and our professional, the timer, Angelina. And our very wonderful MC, Nikita. You've done a great job. I love your voice and your stage presence. Looks like our president, Caleb, has chosen the right person to do this job. And of course, I have to thank myself for being so helpful at all times. All right, the result is here. Ladies and gentlemen, there was one-time disqualification. So in your contest, please make sure that you stop at the right time, okay? 1 second is 1 second. Make sure your speech falls within the time, which is 1 to 2 minutes or at most 2.5. And the winner, not the winner, the third place of this joint table topics contest, drum roll, goes to Mr. William Chan. I don't know if you guys want to take a picture, pin William, and then take a picture of the certificate with William. And if anyone is doing that, if not, then I will just go ahead and announce the next one. Caleb, are you going to do it or anyone else? Because I'm sharing my screen, I can't do that.
I can do it. Maybe we can go back to William's certificate, and William, if you could smile.
Am I not sharing William's certificate? I
Yours-
think I am.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I need to pin you for just 1 moment. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Print screen. And
Yeah. Congratulations, William. And second place went to Caleb. Congratulations, Caleb. You might want to take a selfie. I mean, screen capture your own face with a certificate. I give you 3 seconds or so.
Good.
All right. Then the winner of the evening of this amazing joint table topics contest, who it was her. Claire Shaw, congratulations. Congratulations. And Caleb, please take a picture for Claire. All right, we good. So what's going on with us? SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual Toastmasters Club, huh? Time to sharpen your table topic skills, or else next year we don't even have any one of us positioned, placed in this contest. Last year we had one, I remember. I think the first year we actually had two or something. I don't remember. But anyway, I hope that we can help out and further sharpen everybody's public speaking skills. And I'm very happy to support. And if you have any questions regarding table topics, and do approach Jennison or do approach whoever here. Agnes is also a great trainer. And if you need us, let us know. And I may not be able to participate in the club contest next week. And Caleb, I don't know if you need judges. If you need judges, let us know, and I will see what I can do. I have been inviting friends from different parts of the world. We have we have judges from China, from Singapore, from Hong Kong, from Canada, and from the US. Come on, I'm almost done with all my network for this club, but yeah, so. I am very happy that we are here creating different moments, and I'm now going to pass the control back to Caleb. And thank you, everybody. Great job. Great job.
Thank you so much, Advisor Susanna, for your participation in getting all the contestants and all the judges organized, and all our evaluator, and for announcing the results. So congratulations to our winners tonight, William, myself, and Claire. Congratulations to you three. And to everyone else, again, this is just an experience and we can all learn. And Mr. Wibawa gave us some great things that we can apply ourselves to and learn from. So thank you so much. I want to thank again the SoCal EMB for helping us organize the contest. Like Ms. Susanna mentioned, the SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual has been incredibly helpful to us over the years, whether it be providing workshop speakers, judges, or combined events like tonight's. So before we open the room for comments, I just have two quick announcements. First, next week is our intra-club competition, like Ms. Susanna mentioned, and this will determine our club representative for the American Gavel Club competition on the 13th of October. We will be sending out important details in the agenda. Next, I want to encourage everyone to invite your friends to participate in the Future Leaders Gavel Club, because an event like the Table Topics contest showcases that the Toastmasters program really works and improves the public speaking and leadership skills of all who participate. So if you know any 6th to 12th graders who you think could really benefit by participating in the FLGC, just like all of you have benefited, definitely invite them to our meetings. And it's really just as simple as telling them about the club and sending them the Zoom link. And that simple action can have a profound impact in their lives as speakers and leaders. So thank you so much to everyone who participated in our contest and to our judges, evaluators, etc. So we are running 20 minutes over our normal club time. So if anyone has any questions, comments, or feedback about today's meeting, please open your mic and share your thoughts. All right, going once, going twice. All right. Thank you, everyone. And I'm going to download all these photos real quick so that we can save all this. Oh, my computer's crashing. But does anyone have any final questions before we officially adjourn this meeting tonight? If not, I would like to officially call this meeting to a close at 7:19 p.m. Pacific time, but we have many people from many parts of the world joining us today. So if it's 10:19 in the morning for you, or if it's even later at night for you, well, thank you again for coming and taking time out of your valuable day. So I would like to officially call this meeting to a close. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming, and we will see everyone next week.